What's good, family? Welcome back to the channel. Now, this right here has to be one of the craziest stories we've seen in a minute. So we have this teen that ended up killing two moms on Facebook Live, y'all. This is the person that was the shooter, and then these two are the moms right here. These stories are just getting crazier and crazier. Usually, in a situation like this, it would be a guy, but now we got the woman out here shooting the Glock, bruh. It's getting crazy, man. Let's get straight into this video where someone is breaking down the entire situation and what happened. I'm assuming they kept the audio away just for YouTube purposes, because YouTube will take the video down if it's too explicit.
Holmes County yesterday afternoon, killing two people. And we're going to show you a Facebook Live video from one of the victims yesterday. You can see the two females arguing at a home on Emory Road just between the two, leaving both 33-year-old Carissa Job and 24-year-old Tia Tanuna Day dead. Holmes County Sheriff Willie Mart says this is the sixth shooting that's happened this month in the county.
Within the last 48 hours, the Facebook community went into an uproar after seeing a family dispute take place on Facebook Live. The dispute was allegedly between three cousins and an aunt. Now, it was two Facebook Lives that was played at the same time. I did my best to make sure I presented to you guys, with also making sure I complete and maintain the YouTube guidelines. So in today's video, we're going to play those lives, but instead of hearing them, we're going to read the captions, and I'm going to play you play by play. Also, during this video, we're going to see, according to the facts, why this possibly went down. Not to mention, pay our respects to the fallen victims. Also, see what the charges is for the person who's allegedly responsible, if any. Before we get into this one, remember, family, I won't give you no angle. I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to jump right to it. Today we're going to Mississippi. We're going to stop past Holmes County. Now, before we go over the details of the story, family, I got one question that I want you guys to keep to the conclusion. Do you guys think this was self-defense or not, based on the public facts? Now, let's continue. Now, two lives was played by two cousins. Apparently, a fight between three cousins had turned deadly on Tuesday afternoon, April 25th, in Holmes County, Mississippi. To the left, you have 33-year-old Carissa Job, and to the right, you have 24-year-old Tatiana Day. They were fatally shot while sitting on a car outside of a home on Emerald Road. The altercation was broadcast live on Facebook, and the video has since been widely shared on social media. According to authorities, that home that they went to was...
Bro, that makes the situation even crazier. They're family. They're cousins.
A cousin home, and they wanted to fight for unknown reasons to this day. Then the conversation ended up turning deadly, as one of the cousins who lived there ended up grabbing a firearm. After asking them to repeatedly leave alongside her mom, she ended up firing off her weapon, striking both of her cousins, leaving one deceased on the way to the hospital, and one being deceased after fighting her injuries at the hospital.
That's crazy.
The shooter identity hasn't been released as of yet, to the public that is, and that's mainly because no charges has been brought to her, even though she's been in for questioning. Now let's look at the live and see if y'all agree. But first, let's see the quick facts on gun laws in Mississippi. First thing first, family. Since 2001, Mississippi permits carry. Any person who can legally possess a firearm may carry a concealed firearm on his or her person without license or permit. All valid out-of-state weapons permits are recognized by Mississippi, regardless of the age or the permit holder. So we do know, first thing first, you can legally tote in the state of Mississippi, especially if you don't have a record. Now, what about the self-defense law in Mississippi? Well, as far as Mississippi law, Mississippi has a stand your ground law that removes the duty to retreat before using deadly force, in defense of oneself or another, as long as the person is not the initial aggressor and is in a place they have the right to be. Mississippi law also states that killing of a human being is justifiable in quote-unquote resisting certain property crime. After reading that, we can assume that the authorities think that it's self-defense as of now, because she hasn't been charged and her name hasn't been released to the public. 24-year-old Tatiana Day, this is the longest live. She was spectating and looking from afar, but she was actually instigating. She was second to be struck. In order for me to play it, I had to mute it, but check out the captions. The lady who's recording, which is Ty, she states, "Point that red light at me so I can show who you shooting at." She calls her a hoe and say, "We don't do the internet, thug, gangster. We don't do the Facebook, thug. What's wrong with you?" The lady have responded, the cousin mom, "Get the F off. "Get the F off my truck." Tatiana's nickname is Juicy. She proceeds to say, "Get the F off my goddamn truck, Juicy." Now, she proceeds to tell the lady again, "Get off my damn truck, T." Another lady who had the firearm, who's the cousin, said, "I'm gonna pop this. You don't want to move?" An older lady tells the kid, "Go in the house and lock the door." The lady with the firearm asks, "Who you want? Who you want? T or Co?" Lady on the truck say, "Give your mama your gun." She proceeds to whip out the firearm. The lady with the firearm asks, "Who you want?" 3 times before discharging the round, striking the lady on the truck. Tata proceeds to be shot. The cousin who's recording on the other phone proceeds to run as she's being chased. "Y'all want to play with my mother?" As the shooter chased, the third cousin hit 2 times with the shooter yelling, "Y'all want to play?" Even with Ty being shot, she's still screaming, "Get the F on, Ty." Discharging 4 or 5 more shots. The second live, Carissa Job, 33 years old. She was first to be struck, and the young lady who was actually sitting on the truck recording. You can see her feet dangling from the truck. She's pointing at her arm. The other cousin had the firearm. She ended up shooting the young lady. The chase began. Next thing you know, the second shot let off, striking her, then her cousin. As she run, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry."
Says there have been 6 homicides in Holmes County just in April. He says that's including the 2 that happened Tuesday afternoon, and it's not the violence that you would see here in such a rural small town.
In that area, I never had this kind of activity.
According to Holmes County Sheriff Willie March,
Never had this kind of activity going on in my town. They call me Sheriff Jefferson. Never seen this type of activity going on around here.
33-year-old Carissa Job and 24-year-old Tatiana Day are dead after both of the women went to a home just outside of West Mississippi. The sheriff says both women were on Facebook Live when they were arguing with a third woman who lives in the home they visited.
Based a lot of cursing, stuff like that. You see the gun shooting.
Job died on the way to the hospital, and Day died at a hospital in Lexington. The sheriff says investigators are working through the Facebook Live video to determine whether the third woman involved was using self-defense. Her name isn't being released because she hasn't been charged. The sheriff says that the third woman who was involved is being detained right now for questioning. There are no charges at this time. Tonight, we're in Holmes County. Michaela Franklin, 16 WAPT News.
And before we continue, we do want to take the time to say rest in peace to the victim and our condolences to the family. And I gotta ask, you guys think this is self-defense? I'm sorry I couldn't play this for a live. You know YouTube don't play that, but I wanted to make sure I at least try my efforts to give you guys the full context. That was the story of 2 cousins being gunned down on social media by their own cousin. Hey man, you don't play with people's property. Somebody asks you to leave, gotta leave. Let me know if you guys feel like this was justified. Talk to me in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Until then, fam, I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Man, that's crazy. Craziest part
Time.
is that obviously they're cousins. And I know that you guys, we weren't able to watch the whole entire video, like the live itself, just because the content gets so graphic. And like YouTube doesn't really always allow that. And I definitely wouldn't want my channel to wouldn't want this video to get taken down or anything like that. But if it was self-defense, and is this justified? I mean, they're cousins, they're family at the end of the day. I know they were having an argument, and I know they were on the other cousin's property. But, man, taking their life is crazy. And it didn't even seem as if they were like a threat. You know what I'm saying? Like a fatal threat. I guess the only justification legally that she had in this situation was standing her ground and that they were on her property when they told her to get off. But geez, that's family, y'all. That's really crazy. Comment down below what you guys think about this situation. Make sure you do like the video, subscribe, turn on post notifications. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one the same way you're gonna catch me in the next one. Peace. Love y'all.